Yo, yo, yo! This is Javi. Welcome to Hobbies. Today, I want to ask the question, can we force our hobbies? Now, when we think of hobbies, it's typically something we actively want to do. After all, we only have a certain amount of non-work, non-sleep, non-eat, non-chore time in our lives to work with. So why don't we spend them doing what we want to do? Well, often it's not that simple. See, people have a word for what we call all that extra time in our lives: leisure. While there are many different ways to think of leisure, there are generally two primary types: serious leisure, where we do things, and casual leisure, where we don't do things. Hobbies are considered a category of serious leisure, where we are actively doing. But what do we do when we don't want to do? Or not do what we're not doing, or doing what we... According to researcher Robert Stebbins, we should be engaging in forms of serious leisure, such as hobbies, as a form of personal fulfillment, identity enhancement, and self-expression. But what if I don't feel like it? Look, I'm a college student. When I'm not working, sleeping, eating, or choring, I am laying in bed, scrolling through TikTok, and speaking to myself.
Am I the asshole for beating my wife with a brick? What the dog do with and she's spinning the wheel.
So, let's force myself to do a hobby. How hard can it be? Luckily, I already did, and here's what I found. Once every semester, my college program has a talent show for its members to show off and screw around, overall. Now, I think I'm a pretty interesting guy, but not in the, hey, look what I can do kind of way. The only tool at my disposal I've had for a long time was playing piano. I took up piano when I was in elementary school, and I've been playing it on and off ever since. Some would even call it a hobby. However, I'm at a time in my life where I don't even know if I would call piano one of my hobbies, let alone me a pianist. Don't get me wrong, it goes great on one of those tell us about yourself questionnaire thingies, but to be honest, I haven't really touched my piano in years, and I just don't do it anymore. It kind of felt like I was forcing it even then. Rarely did I take the time to do piano, and yet I really do miss it. Piano was one of those things that needed work to love, and now that I'm out of the house, I don't have those same external drives. I didn't even own a keyboard in my apartment until very recently. So, let's see if I can force it. Perhaps I can make this hobby into an internal one. Well, I'll tell you, for the past 2 semesters in a row, I've entered my program's talent show for playing piano, even though at that point I hadn't touched it in over 2 years. Now, these both occurred a while ago, so while I can't give you the raw experience, I will go ahead and reenact pretty much how it went for you. Another day, another $0. Let's do some homework today. Should probably check my emails just in case. Open mic night. You can probably do that. Let's see, just gotta fill in some information. I think I'll just go with piano. I mean, like, that's what I always do, right? I mean, I've done it before. I can probably do it again. And send. This will probably be a good motivation for what I'm doing, if I were to guess. Alright, now I get to perform at the open mic night. Fuck. I literally have a project the day before, a test the day after. Oh. Now I have about a week to find a piece, remember how to play it, and then be able to play it. Fuck. Alright, let's get to it. Hi, Harvey. Okay. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. Fuck. Where's the power part? Okay, just gotta... Let's go. Okay. This one. Oh yeah. Rate my gamer setup, boy. Look at that. That's what I call music. Fuck. 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 Oh. Yep, this went on for about 2 days, and it wasn't fun. Now, don't get me wrong, my performances were great, and people loved it. But in between then and even since now, I just haven't been touching it. So, why is that? Well, in my opinion, as you can see from my beautiful reenactment, I wasn't really having fun. I was putting so much unnecessary and undue stress on myself that I might have been making things worse. Researcher Stebbins makes an important definition for leisure: an uncoerced activity undertaken in free time. Uncoerced? Was I coercing myself? Perhaps I failed from the start by giving myself a set deadline. So, what do I do now? How do I get my hobbies back? Well, maybe we don't need to do that. We put enough pressure on ourselves these days. With all that working, sleeping, eating, and choring, all the stress on us, we can't have that last sliver of respite be stressful too. I can't force myself to sit on my piano, at least not externally. Thank you very much for joining me on this episode of Hobbies. Hopefully you learned a thing or two about hobbies and why we have them, and learned a little bit about me too. If you have anything you want to share about what you think and what your experience is, feel free to let me know down below. I can't let this lack of playing mentality get to me and bring me down. I'll get back to it, and I know I will. But for now, I'll make sure she's not too dusty. You got it?
One more second. No, I got it.